Alright, more on the radius wall track here. Got our first section there. We got a beam right there. This is going to move over to there because that's our change in angle, but due to the box I couldn't get it there on the ground, and this radius breaks about right here, so I cut the beam section for that I-beam right there. Now moving on, I got this 2 screws on the end right there to hold my flat metal that's inside. Got it along my line, clamped the ends to help it stay put while I put my screws. Also on this section, once I had it screwed in, I went ahead, flipped it over, and hammered all the tabs flat. So now absolutely 100% for certain it's not going anywhere. It's not going to tweak at all when we go to put it up on the deck. So next comes our joint. Now here you can see it's open. It's just a flat cut here, and you can see it's pressed in right there. So this will come over the top and drop in. Excuse you. This will drop in right here. And I've already went ahead and cut the excess. Not here because I got my snips on there still, or clamp. So I'll need to snip that once I remove the clamp. But I snipped it about, that one I went a little short, but you want to kind of overlap a little past here. And then when you interlock these two halves, you get overlap in the flat metal, so you can screw those together. And it's probably best also if you put a screw or two there in the meantime until you can flip this over and not only hammer the tabs down, but you can hammer this rivet as well. If you really want to go the extra yard, take like a chisel or a flathead screwdriver and kind of make a cut, 4-way cut into that little rivet there, so that you can actually flatten it around there like the actual rivets that they have on here. And then you'll continue on down the line like you did your first piece. And our next radius changes from right here. That's our next radius change. So you need to pay attention to that. Now, and we also got an I-beam right here, going right here. So I'll need to, again, notch the track for that. Now, that brings up another thing you need to pay attention to when you're putting the track up. This line is only good at the actual deck. Underneath that beam, it's lower, but this is a canted wall. So obviously, the lower the track is, the further forward it's going to be, which means when I laser this up, it cannot be on the actual line on the floor. So how would you get that in the correct position though? Well, you could just make a best guess, or what you really need to do is you'll need to get a stud, cut it to height, put this piece of track in, put this piece of track in, and then put a stud right up on the end and down here at the bottom, and then mark where the stud line is up against the beam, and that will get your top track in the correct place. Otherwise, your top track is going to be further back, and so your wall is going to have like a dip in it wherever you have a beam like that. So those are things, just more things to be, that applies to all canted walls. All leaning walls are going to be like that. In this case, we have a radius canted wall, so it might hide a little bit, and these beams aren't that big, but the point still stands. Let's be professional. We are professionals, right? So let's do it right.